And the game is starting. The game is actually underway. Very soon, we've got quick rundown. Squiz, Phyllis, Raz, Mata, Coop, Clown. And for Polarbeers, it's Scarce, Black Wolf, Geffy, Altzy, Ensan, Weebay. With a couple of fake nicks in the mix. We're going to be watching Clown pushing the cave way at the moment. It's going to be the annoying engineer, just going to be popping some nades into the middle. Coop gets off a rifle grenade. A nice start for FaZe, a couple of big Thompson kills as well, which clears that out. Panzer unfortunately gets killed as he bounces in. I think that was Phyllis. And pre-shot on the door. Just trying to predict the energy coming through. Didn't do anything. I'm going to switch it up to Altzy. He's the engineer for, I guess he's the rifle for Polarbeers. He spots a couple of people going up high. They know they're there, so that he can ping a shot off. Squiz gets a guy out on full, big gib nade. He knows they're coming up. Oh, that was a pretty nice ping nade across there, and FaZe are all in lower area. Plant is going down. Rifle grenade insta Gibbs Clown, but I believe there was one FaZe player pushing up for the flag. It is Raz. He does get it a bit after the spawn, but it looks like the Axis are in fact going to spawn back. The plant goes down from the allied team. They've got about another 20 seconds before that blows. So it's up to the Axis now to set up for the next phase of this defense. Trying to put some time on the clock, because that first attack lasted barely a minute. And that isn't great. You know, if you can get a minute flag cap, that's pretty good. Doesn't matter who you play. As a defending team, of course, you want it to be a bit better than that. Nice artillery though on the road. This could be big. Gets one. Squiz gets dropped. Actually gets quite a lot of damage on Coop. Actually takes down Coop as well. And the artillery is doing a lot of work, but they're going to respawn in any second. As I'm going to pick up Coop. You can get some really nice rifle shots from this sort of position. He's lining it up. Knows they're against the wall. Didn't notice any XP change there. But he's pushing towards the CP, and with a bit of help he's clearing it out. Nicky with a big spree there. I think it was 3 or 4 maybe. Quick check in console. Nicky there, look, 4 kills. Taking down a lot of the FaZe players. And another 5. 6 kills. Not sure exactly who that is, unfortunately, because they're using a fake nick, but really nice spree of MP40 kills for the Finnish player. A strike comes in, gets a double man. A double strike kill. Gonna try and clear it out, but FaZe are taking full control, even with all these kills coming in. They managed to build the CP in the first 2 or 3 minutes. They're coming towards main now for the plant. Phyllis is dropping down some nades. Down comes the dynamite. Is he going to be unharassed? Gets the dynamite down just in time. A strike does go all around him, but it doesn't do any damage. And the plant is down. Nicely covered as well by Squiz's artillery. So this looks like a standard main plant. And watching Raz doing the sneaky jump on the side there. Gonna try and spawn kill them at back. We'll keep an eye on Raz here, as they don't know where he is. He got really unfortunate there. That medic must have been really low health. And of course the rifle as well took a few shots. Watching Mata, not much of an ET player in terms of experience. Playing with FaZe this season. Has played some Nations Cups, I think. Panzer frag comes in from Raz, and the FaZe train just rolls on as they get the truck into position. I'll try and just get across. There is actually no one escorting. Squiz is escorting now as FaZe push into the main spawn. Raz is staying on the Panzer. I'm not sure. And we're going to have a little bit of a spawn of the Axis. This should be a 2-man kill. There we go. That's 2 gibbed as well. And FaZe are going to push up the main stairs as Squiz does the jump on back. There's a lot of things happening at the same time. Polarbeers are struggling to pick up a lot of frags as FaZe are just rolling over every part of the defense. Here comes the build and the activation of the controls, and that's a 5-minute push to get controls built, and the truck is going to be moving very, very quickly. Big spawn kill coming in from FaZe. 4, 5 kills maybe. There we go. I think there's 1 person still alive. It is going to be Altzy. He takes down Clown, in fact. And he's going to be the last guy alive. He's got no health. Dropped by Coots Garand. And the truck is not moving. And they're going to be... they're going to have about a 10-second head start here. Nothing major. It's going to be enough time to get it to probably the back of East Corner. Nice shooting from Mata. A field up came from nowhere there. Looked like it came from behind him. Artillery from Blackpool is going to do the work on the front of East Corner. Lots of artillery is coming from FaZe as the truck comes round and it's going to come through main. I did see a disconnect from one of the Polarbeers players. I think that was Ensam. Maybe a config issue or something. This round is definitely lost. No pause coming in. They don't even want to add any time to the clock. I think they well and truly think they've lost this one. And FaZe are just pushing the truck into position. This is going to be around about a 6-minute time, 7-minute time even. And really nice play, nicely played. Couldn't really have done much better. It was not spectacular, but it was just pretty standard for pushing well as a team. If you look at the kills and the stats, you're looking at 49 kills for Polarbeers on defense. Of course, that's going to be slightly less than it would have been because Ensam would have had some kills himself. And if you look at FaZe, they've got 56 kills on attack. With regards to the side stats, 29 gibbs for FaZe, 18 gibbs for Polarbeers, which is not what you want to see on defense. You want to be out-gibbing your opponent. The damage, again, like I say, Ensam's damage got zeroed out from the disconnect, so it's kind of hard to compare there, but FaZe definitely had a bit more control of that game, that round. I mean, it's pretty obvious with the way the round was going. Every part of the attack was very, very strong. Now we look for FaZe to defend what is just under a 7-minute time. I'm going to watch Coop from the beginning. Very good with the rifle grenade. On this first stage especially. You can get in position as the rifle. He spawns really nicely. Well in position for a good rifle shot. And there it comes. I think he does get a hit. He got 1 XP. Big quick push coming from the cave. Took him by surprise a little bit. He's going to push back on middle. As all the FaZe team are going to kill out. I'm going to switch up. I'm going to watch Clown on defense as the engineer, SMG engineer is going to be playing on the lower area. This position is mainly about annoyance, and he's been taken down very quickly. That's going to open up the attack for the Polarbeers team because there's no nades on low. There's no mines outside the main door, and you're going to probably see the Polarbeers players bouncing in now. Nice kills from FaZe. 3 big kills, 4 kills on their respawn. But Polarbeers are going to just all come back in. It's not looking too good for them at the moment. They're not taking too much control. They're getting a couple of kills in, but they're not really making up any ground, and that's just a really big artillery in the middle area. It could get a couple, gets 1, and Sam gets dropped by the artillery, and more FaZe kills as they prepare to kill out again. Bouncing in, the Polar Bears team have to take over this low spawn. Clown by himself, double panzer kill from Ensign, takes down Phyllis and Clown. And we've got a bit of a sneak here from one of the Polar Bears players, trying to see the positioning of other players. Raz is the last man alive in the lower area. And here comes the sneak. He hasn't been seen. Oh, he did get seen. Raz is jetting off upstairs, but Squiz is still at the flag. And FaZe are going to do another respawn in at the flag. No problems. Dealing with the players that managed to get in the lower area. And just around 5 minutes, another double man from Ensign. Coop and Clown getting taken down this time. And Polar Bears are getting quite a lot of kills. I said this already. Polar Bears, it's not like they're not getting kills. It's just they're not really making up any ground with the freedom that they're exposing. That's like some really nice work by the remaining FaZe players every time. 2 guys on lower area for FaZe as the Polar Bears players are going to push in on the full spawn. So any kills now are out full. That's Nicky out on full there. And Weebay, unless he gets revived, will be full. Of course, the 20-second spawn on allies does sort of save you from full spawns making too much of a difference. I'm going to switch it up and watch some Phyllis on the lower door. He's the medic here, mainly supporting Clown. Gets taken down. Maybe should have backed off there. He was taking a lot of gunfire. Not going to get revived very quickly. Fresh respawn is going to be coming in. Double Garand silenced by the sniper rifle there from Weebay. And Raz is the field up on middle. His main role here is just to spam him out, just to get the positioning, just to shoot a lot, pretty much. You don't have to be a good shooter in this position, but it does help a lot. Mainly just about always shooting your entire clip, every spawn, pretty much. And try and get artilleries down, try and get strikes down. And don't get full. So here comes the artilleries. And with only just over 2.5 minutes remaining, I don't see this going any other way but being a map victory for FaZe. I'm going to switch it up again. Mata, the medic on middle, more of a supporting role. Generally given to the person who... I would say in this position it's mainly given to the person who has the least experience in the team. But it's not always the case. Mata definitely has the least experience in this team in enemy territory. It is one of the easiest roles to play. But he's going to be going very aggressive now. There's no real need to not... It's almost impossible to lose this now. As... There are only 2 minutes. It's not on Games TV, is it? And there we go. Add it to Games TV. Maybe I'll get a few more people interested, but I think most people would ignore this game. This game is not going to be a big deal. I'm only casting this game because I would consider the main game of the night, Tag against Turbot, was rescheduled. I think that game is going to be pretty big. The game that could easily go to a decider. You know, both teams could easily win that one as well. So, Coop gets a rifle grenade on Weebay as he's trying to take the suit with a bit of a consolation door run maybe, but Coop wasn't having any of it. And I'm going to just pick up Squiz. Seems to play a bit more of the rotation role on supply defense. Doesn't really play middle, doesn't really play lower. He just runs around both from what I've ever noticed of him. He'll play different positions, every defense. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Maybe he wants the person to come through with a suit. So we're watching Phyllis now on the lower area. gets insta-grenaded, rifle grenaded in fact. And with 20 seconds to go, this round is over. I'm going to update the scores on the overlay. And there we have it. It is going to be a 2-0 lead for FaZe in this first round. Looking at the kills, we've got Raz picking up 28 kills, 5.3k damage. Kind of standard stuff from the field up on middle. You really want the field up to be doing the most kills, most damage sort of thing, especially if you're holding the team at flag. Looking at the other players, Mata doing quite a good job. 16 kills, 3.4k damage. Top 3 in the damage, considering he's medic on middle, is not too bad. We look at Polarbeers, and Sam decided to disconnect again, so it's really hard to have an idea of what's going on there. But the stats aren't so one-sided, considering FaZe did stomp them on the attack pretty much, and teams have been swapped. It looks like FaZe are going to attack first on this map as well, which is I'm very happy to see, because I think this really could have been a 15-minute hold at tank, and no one wants to see that really. It can be very, very tiring, but a good attack is nice to see. We'll be able to see if FaZe can bring the big attack on this second map. This of course will just give them the 4-0 victory, and they'll move on to the next round, where I think they might be facing slightly tougher opposition. Not 100% sure who they'll be facing. They're on the same side of the bracket as, I wouldn't say that many big teams, compared to Tag, Turbot and the Belgians being on the same side of the bracket. That's quite a nice side. So some big games on Turbot's side of the bracket for sure. Still waiting on 2 to ready up. Bit delayed. Looks like Ensam has disconnected and not come back. Here he comes. 50 FPS. Interesting. So Ensam's disconnects are mainly to do with... Oh, hiccup, my bad. Mainly to do with FPS issues. That was the most exciting thing that's happened on the stream so far, is me hiccuping. Amazing. So it looks like this game's going to restart any moment. If you haven't already, guys, hit the follow button. I'm going to be streaming enemy territory, and I'm also back up for Warwick of some RSW tournaments that are going to be coming up. More news on that to come. Of course, we announced a 3-on-3 one-day cup today, which will take place on 31st of August over on Warwick TV. So there is some RSW to look forward to for you RSW fans. But for now, it's enemy territory SummerCup, and it's FaZe against Polarbeers, and the Panzer pushed out main, didn't do any damage. Well, didn't get any kill at all. And FaZe have got a big push coming in on side already. It looked like Squiz. And oh, big artillery kill from Raz. None of the actors saw that one coming. Could have got more as well. Two guys decided to run the risk of running underneath it after the teammates got killed. Fortunately, didn't happen. And we're seeing some disconnects. Raz is in an amusing position there. And that's just to get a nade off.
Fight.
And the engineer nearly got the build. And Raz gets another artillery kill. And it looks like
We repaired the tank.
and the tank is taken. And the tank is taken by FaZe, and Sam's still struggling with FPS issues here. And Raz is on a rampage, getting a lot of kills for FaZe at the moment, and there's not much that Polarbeers can really do. It's going to be really frustrating having a player constantly disconnecting. Not much can be done about that in that situation. And Raz gets another support fryer kill. Finally taken down by Ulsi. But it looks like FaZe have got such hard control of this phase of the map. Phase of the map, yeah. And they haven't even got the tank in position, and they've been spawn killing the Finnish team. Finally, tank's in position, and they're going to have a chance to catch the gold, try and get a big time on the clock. And by big time, I mean low time, because at the moment they've pretty much steamrolled this map. And we've got a couple of FaZe players closing in on the gold room. I didn't see who it was. It looks like Black Wolf is actually going to just be sitting in the gold room with the MG. Gets taken down by Phyllis. Got off quite a heavy amount of damage on the player though. Phyllis is going to push towards third. He's going to run the gauntlet and trying to go towards the boxes. Faces off, and a rifle at his feet is not going to be what he wanted. Gold is secured, and now it's Polarbears' chance to set up a little bit of a defense, which they've been struggling to do. Weebay's going to get a big kill on Mata just to shut down that under the bridge push. Coop is going to get harassed by Weebay as well. But FaZe need to just keep their head on the objective and keep pushing towards the gold. Mata taken down by the MG of Black Wolf again, and looks like Clown is going to pick up the gold. Gets a headshot on Nikki. Oh, he didn't want to take out the nade in that position, but that's that. He does have the gold secured by Ensam, and the tank is not destroyed. There's a couple of shots hit Ensam there from the bridge, and right now FaZe are in a bit more control again. They need to make this count this time. Nice spawn kill frag from Clown. Gets it, follows it up with a Thompson kill as well, and MP40 kill, and that's going to be a triple spawn kill for Clown, as the documents are the gold. It's going to run out across towards the bridge, and Weebay was actually on the tank. Non-destruction of the tank actually helped them in a way there. But there goes the objective into the back of the truck. Clown did actually get a headshot on the medic there, but wasn't enough to take him down. And Coop misses the rifle grenade altogether. I'm not sure what happened there. But FaZe have got control of this truck. They just need to stop the build of the barrier. And they're not rushing to build it. The Polarbeers team is standing back. The tank is still not destroyed. And all of these Axis players that are respawning and coming out of spawn and just running into so much, gunfire of the FaZe players.
The truck is past the first barrier.
And you heard it, the truck is in fact past the first barrier, so this barrier is not even going to be built yet. The tank still is not destroyed. Double rifle grenade nearly from the Axis rifle. One of the kills did get picked up by an MP40 just prior. Coop has actually got 999 there. Not much can be done. Oh, it looked like he lagged out momentarily. Clown on the balcony and a couple of guys backing up Squiz and Phyllis in front of this truck. And they're going to get insta-gived after getting killed by the truck itself. And time is running out for Polarbeers. They just need to add, maybe if they added maybe a minute or two to the clock, they might give themselves a good chance. But I mean, 6 minutes has gone and the truck is slowly moving towards the early Allied spawn, where it will be too far away. It'll go down this into this little gate here, and that's it. That's game over. Obviously, you can't do anything about it when it gets to the gate, right? And it's going to be Squiz, the last man standing on the truck. No real defense from Polarbeers in that last stretch, unfortunately. And looking at the kills, we did have Ensam disconnect a couple of times, but I'm not sure if he fixed his issue or not. And would have won if I didn't lag. Just so you know, it's possible. It's possible. Anything's possible. The damage is a little one-sided. We saw Raz getting a lot of kills. He got most of his kills in the opening couple of minutes. And FaZe sort of like seemed to, I don't know, lose focus a little bit. It was almost too easy, and almost added 2 or 3 minutes to the clock just in not working together. You can see Phyllis maybe just a little bit behind of his teammates, but that's one round is one round. It doesn't always go like that. And the total kills come out to 63 against 52. As I say, and Sam did disconnect. And everything is possible, just like I said, indeed. Well, great times in chat at the moment. Such friendly people. And this is the last attack, unless Polarbeers have something to do.
Fight. Mine's cleared. Don't let them steal the tank. Construct the command post.
FaZe have to defend for around 6 minutes 45 seconds to lock down a 4-0 victory in it has not been as a one-sided game as I would have expected. You know, Polarbeers have been doing quite a bit of damage themselves. You know, they haven't been, I mean, the times haven't been great. Hasn't been what you would have wanted, but I'm going to be watching Raz in this corner area. I've watched a couple of players play really well in this position. Aphesia being one of them in the Nations Cup final, for instance. So we're going to be watching Raz right now. And he's going to be pushing through side. Mickey's actually going to deal with him very, very easily. Rifle shot is going to ping towards Phyllis. Big FaZe kills. 4 kills coming in very, very quick succession there. And I've said this a lot of times. When 3 or 4 kills come all together in one go, it's really hard to do it because there's no one there to pick up any revives. So it doesn't matter too much if your team's getting killed a lot. just can't be all killed at the same time, of course. And FaZe continue to pick up lots of kills. We're watching Matt, who's looks like he's going to be playing on the back area. He's just going to be looking around. Looks a bit. Oh, he saw the mine blow. Did he realise that mine had blown? Doesn't realise that the mine's blown on back, and that surely that someone must have snuck up here. Yeah, or got killed. He must have got killed. I didn't see. Yeah, jump over to Coop on the rifle. And time is running out for sure now for the Polarbeers team. Just under 5 minutes remaining. And there's not a lot they're going to be able to do unless they get this tank. They've got a big push coming on main. 4 players pushing towards the early tank area. They're going to deal with these 2 mines. They have no idea, of course. These mines are so dangerous. Here comes the engineer push, jumping over, and there we go, double landmine kill. Just one of those mines, double landmine kill. The tank has been built. Clown picks up another kill, and the tank is out of position. Really nicely played by Polarbeers. The engineer that did manage to get through did a really good job. Thank you very much for the link, Dinosaur. I will check that afterwards. I've got an idea of something I'm going to do, so maybe I message that page just on, and I'm going to do some casts. But the tank is finally moving. The first tank barrier here is built though, unfortunately. And that's just going to add more time to the clock for FaZe, giving them the best possible chance of taking this map home. And they of course only have to hold for another 3.5 minutes to get the 4-0 victory. A nade coming in on this tank. Phyllis is going to push up, and Altsy's going to deal with him very, very easily. Weebay bouncing down with knife in hand. And I'm watching Nicky now. Long range shots, not doing much damage. I think he got shot in the side by Squiz in the end. But this plant really needs to go down quickly on this barrier. That's a very nice artillery. 3 guys pushing down the hill. And it actually takes down one. I believe that is Ensam. Got Black Wolf, the medic, bouncing down the hill. Sees Coop, manages to dodge his rifle grenade, and sees 2 more FaZe players and thinks it may be best to get out of here. And Black Wolf looks, he's going to be trying to go for a knife kill. Not sure that's the best thing to do. I'm going to just keep watching him. Oh, it didn't work. See, it just didn't work. A lot of pressure on that situation. Clown only needed to get knifed once, probably. And it looks like Ensam's going to get the build on this tank. And the barrier is not going to get built. He's not going to get planted again. And that is, of course, going to be GG. This is going to be a 4-0 victory for FaZe. They looked very comfortable. I mean, it wasn't as one-sided as it could have been, but it was sort of the position where I think FaZe knew they were, the big favourites for this game. And in the next games, it looks like, looking at what Chillax just said, FaZe is going to play against Erase, and Polarbeers are going to play against Underscore. And both those games should actually be pretty good, and I'll see what sort of arrangements I can make to cast at least one of those maybe. I'm not going to be available on the Sunday, unfortunately, as I've got a one-day cup that I'm organising for RSW. I'll be on Orbitch TV for some of it. But this is going to be the last 30 seconds of this game. FaZe wrapping up the 4-0 victory, as I said. It didn't look like they had to put in maybe, you know, it was an 80% performance sort of thing, if that. They worked pretty well as a team, but individually, you know, I saw maybe 1 or 2 players playing pretty well. Little party going on in the spawn.
Thank you.
For Polarbeers. Just need an axis. Grenades in the air. And that's it. That's the end of the game. Looking at the stats, not the best of games from Ansam. Will let him off if he had big FPS problems. But that is in fact the end of the game and the end of the cast. This wasn't the game I really wanted to cast. I did expect it to be quite one-sided like that. I wanted it to be the game. Wrong camera position. I wanted to cast a game between Tag and Turbo, but unfortunately that got rescheduled. Not much can be done there. But that's going to be the end of the cast. It wasn't too bad. Nice to have some ET anyway. More enemy territory going to be coming up maybe this week. We'll see if there's any midweek schedules of games. It looks like tomorrow might have the Turbot reschedule. No, I'm wrong. We'll see what happens to that Tag Turbot game. If that gets rescheduled to during the week, I'll try and pick that up. Has to be played before or on the 1st of September. So that's next Monday. So they've got over a week to play that. Hopefully it gets, if that gets played by this Thursday, that'll be perfect. We'll see what happens. But at least we had a game. It wasn't such a boring night. With no ET, it would have been horrible to suddenly just come on and be like, oh, no ET, after promoting it a little bit. But I hope you all enjoyed it. Not the most fascinating game I've ever seen. I think my random hiccup on Gold Rush was one of the key moments of the game in terms of just excitement. But I'm going to shut down the cast for now. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Just hit the follow button if you haven't already. You'll get updates on when I go online. I do a lot of competitive enemy territory. Plan to do a bit more between now and Christmas. Hopefully, you know, a minimum of a game a week, maybe up to 2 games a week, depending on the schedules of teams and so on. With Cyber Gamer coming back with Season 2. Should be good. I've had a couple of words with Oyo Cool. And I don't know, it could be good fun this second season. Got a couple of nice little plans that maybe make things a bit more enjoyable for players as well. So thanks a lot for tuning in, guys, and I'm going to say good night and have a good one.